Catheter injection for severe eosinophilic asthma, not for sudden breathing problems, allergic reactions catheter. Get help right away for swelling of face, mouth, difficult shingles have occurred. Don't stop steroids unless told by your doctor. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. May cause headache, injection site reactions, back pain, and fatigue. Ask your doctor about Nucala at home. Find your new quality with Nucala.
A lot of the health issues patients drink are very acidic and aren't necessarily good for your teeth. When patients need to drink acidic foods, they're actually pulling out the minerals from the enamel, which over time can cause sensitivity, and a lot of people start to see their teeth turn yellow. Using Pronamel will help push the minerals back into the enamel, keep it nice and strong. I recommend patients use Pronamel whenever they brush their teeth. Pronamel should be their everyday teeth. They're doing a good job taking care of their bodies, and I want to help them do a good job taking care of their teeth.
And next up we have the Experian Boost Cow.
Relax this week and now raise our credit scores instantly. Free Experian Boost.
I'm 13 weeks.
Boost your credit scores instantly. Free with Experian. Download the Experian app now.
We are leaving to take the boys on their overnight trip, and we're just 6 babies with my poor mom and dad.
There's a lot that could go wrong, with 6 babies.
Sweet Home's next outlet, tonight at 10. Sure enough, I'll look at her chest and how much thinks me, and if I got a heartbeat, I got a chance. Dr. James McAfee runs back to the operating room to find ambushed police officer Stacy Lynn's heart miraculously beating. We give the patient some blood and give her some food. And sure enough, now we have a good, strong heartbeat. We have a blood pressure. Even in death, Stacy's body kept fighting. Her blood clotted just enough to repressurize her system on its own. Dr. McAfee uses this mind-blowing opportunity to isolate the source of Stacy's bleeding and fix it. We find a source of her bleeding close to chest. We take her back to the ICU, and now we're just wondering, okay, if she doesn't bleed again, maybe we have a chance here. Dr. Jerome Hoffman has just decided to stop the CPR as he had his unidentified patient alive and awake for 2 extraordinary hours. Dr. Hoffman knows it's a death sentence.
I'm going to continue the CPR while I talk to him. Put my hand on his shoulder so that he knows I'm there. Maybe he can feel my touch. Touch is so often so comforting. And I say to him that he's dying. I say his heart has stopped and he can't start it. I say we've done everything we can. I wish we could do more. I don't know what more to do. I say, is there anything else that you'd like me to know? Is there some message? I say, knowing that he's not going to answer, I say it anyway. And I wait respectfully to give him a chance to blink or to move his head or make some gesture that I'll try to figure out. When he does it, he just looks right in my eyes. But I don't know what it means. I don't know what he wants. And ultimately, I say goodbye. I turn to the person who's doing CPR and I say, we're done now. The patient's eyes roll back. I hold his hand while that happens. And then we all stand there. And I turn off the machine.
Problem was solved. We weren't breaking the law. We've got the drug, which in a sense is a great relief to us as residents because we're not interested in breaking the law. We're not interested in getting on the bad side of the police. We're not interested in protecting criminals and drug dealers. But what we were concerned with was having this guy, drug dealer or not, go back on the street and get shot. Okay?
The doctor is in a tremendous ethical jam. The police have confiscated the drugs found in Leon's rectum. Now the doctor needs a plan to protect Leon, who's terrified of getting vengeance for losing the drugs.
2 small hairline fractures. Very borderline.
Yeah, I was a cop.
And wounds can be tricky things. It's only stretching the truth a little to keep Leon for observation. But if it saves his life, the doctor feels it's still good medicine.
I'd say it's the first skull fracture we've had. He did not get released to the streets. Right. He ended up being brought home after he was admitted to the hospital. So it worked out great. Looking back on it, hindsight's always 20/20. I will tend not to break the law and withhold information from the police, but if I have fear for the safety of my patient, criminal or not, I will admit them to the hospital. So at least they're not out in the street for the first 24, 48 hours. They're in-house where we can address whatever issues we have concerns with.
So beautiful. Wow.
Get out of here. That's all bad. Keep me calm. You all right?
You know, I discharged you about an hour ago.
We know the law's on the way, and they don't. So my job is to not alert my patients.
2 burn patients are actually murderers wanted by the police. They're trying to get out of the ER as quickly as possible. Dr. Garrett Sutter's trying to stall them until the police arrive.
Guys, I'm waiting for a couple more tests to come back. It's like college. We feel a lot better. We feel a lot better about
If the injured killers realize that the police have been called, they may get violent.
And over here right now, I would say, have they finished dressing you? It's your plan. A lot better. And, get out of here, okay?
Dr. Sutter's plan backfires and they become threatening.
Really, for your own good, yes. It can be a lot worse. We'll come back. All right. Let us dress the neck panties.
I am just treating their injuries.
Let's see, look at the neck, okay?
Yeah, 5 minutes. I have no idea if my fingers is too hard.
I'm not hungry! One more bite. Yeah, one more bite. Craft for the win-win.
Is your body storing fat more easily? Do you suffer from a lack of energy? Or the draining side effects of restless sleep? How about an increase in wrinkles and even sagging skin?
Hi, I'm Kim Dennis, and as a lifestyle expert always on the hunt for the next great breakthrough, when I heard about a youth hormone that was associated with reducing body fat, increasing lean muscle mass, and even reducing appearance of wrinkles, I just had to learn more. I'm talking about human growth hormone, or HGH. And as early as our mid-20s, our natural production of HGH begins to drop dramatically. Here's the good news. Finally, there's Cerevital.
Cerevital is the first and only amino acid complex shown in a clinical trial to trigger the body's own natural release of HGH from the pituitary gland and increase mean HGH levels by an astonishing 682%.
I am 50 and Cerevital gave me my teeth back.
Recent studies show that HGH has been associated with reducing body fat, reducing the appearance of wrinkles, improving sleep, boosting energy, and helping to support your immune system.
I feel incredible.
I'm Cerevital.
Isn't it time you enjoy all the benefits you can only get from Cerevital?
Cerevital has turned back on me.
Cerevital sells for $99 in stores, but during these unprecedented days, we're letting as many women as possible try Cerevital for 30 days absolutely risk-free. Plus, call in the next 6 minutes, and we'll also include free shipping. You owe it to yourself to try Cerevital's life-changing benefits for 30 days. It's absolutely risk-free.
Cerevital is a true scientific breakthrough. 20 years in the making.
Call 1-800-910-9709 or hit the facts at cerevital.com now.
Commander, the wheelchair loves light, flaky, buttery club marines and ready to snack. Oh no! Commander, Kyle.
Deliciously simple Club Mini. Mini crackers for big imaginations.
Game Show Network's newest hit, Masterminds. is a nail-biting battle of the brains. Great paramedic is a cannibal leopard. Mastermind, weeknights at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific on Game Show Network, channel 233.
Let's drop that beat. Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition is back.
What am I doing?
Making my life here.
And this season is off the chain. With the most scandalous couples.
I can't even trust you. You're a cheater.
And making her big return to TV. Phaedra Park.
Phaedra.
Same trouble from a mile away.
Oh my goodness. Call security.
Don't miss Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition, the all-new season. Premieres Thursday at 9, 8 Central on WeTV.
Ken Jennings is the king of trivia. Masterminds, weeknights at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific on Game Show Network, channel 233. Is it too much?
No, not at all.
No, right?
No, yeah, it's good.
We are leaving to take the boys on their overnight trip. We just left 6 babies with my poor mom and dad. There's a lot that could go wrong. You know, this kid's baby.
Sweet Home Sex Couplets, tonight at 10.
From the stories you love to watch, to the things you love to do. Find what you're looking for on the networks of Discovery.
Hey, it's Nina. The new season of Good Bones is here, and so much has changed with my family. But business is booming. It's completely different. All new Good Bones, tonight at 9 on HGTV and HGTV Go.
A lot of times you don't know what's going to come in, but it's not often that you expect murderers to walk in your door.
Dr. Garrett Sutter is confronting 2 wanted men suffering weirdly identical burns and about to get violent.
Normally, you assume that your patients are, safe people. You don't suspect them of being capable of vicious crimes.
But they're trying to get out of the ER as fast as possible, and Dr. Sutter's barely holding them back. Meanwhile, the police are preparing to rush the ER.
As the police are coming in, their eyes go wide. They know there's no place they can go.
When the police finally enter, the 2 men look desperately for an escape.
You two are wanted as suspects in a homicide case. You're under arrest.
They've already suffered in agony for hours. A struggle would be unbearable.
They handcuff these guys to the stretcher. They look a little bewildered. And I say, what's going on with these? What happened? And he said, well, so evidently these 2 executed someone. Turns out these 2 were hitmen, and they had executed someone and were disposing of the body in a bathtub. They were using chemicals to actually dissolve the remains, and one thing led to another, and there was a fire. These guys got burned. So there they were, handcuffed, and we continued treating them for their burns. Okay, let's go.
As your skin heals, it's going to itch, so I want you to try not to scratch it.
I've had some run-ins in the past with legal authorities. But you know what? That has nothing to do with the skinheads.
All right, I've had enough out of you two. This is not a press conference. Turn that camera off. Yeah, that's it.
In a solemn corner of the ER, Dr. Hoffman and his team fought a grim battle today. Their unidentified patient hovered for 2 hours in a chilling balance between consciousness and death before they were forced to give up.
Everyone puts on their game face. Everybody goes back to work. A couple of hours later, we all get together and we talk. We all felt somehow a sense of responsibility to this man who was neither alive nor dead. Everybody gets a chance to speak if they want. Some people say, boy, that was eerie. Some people say, he was looking right at me. We don't say very much at all. We just be together. In some way, it gives us closure. In some way, it makes us remember who we are and remember that we're only human beings and that we can't fix everything. If you ask yourself to be God, you will always fail, and you will fail yourself and your patients. If you ask yourself to be the best human being you can, and remember that sometimes you're going to fail at that too, but if you try your best, you can do a great deal for almost all your patients, even though some of them die.
Some of them have tragedy. There are things that you can't fix.
Ambushed police officer Stacy Lynn died on the operating table. She amazingly came back to life and was patched up by trauma surgeon James McAfee, who's now attending her in intensive care. Night has come twice, with Dr. McAfee watching and adjusting medications to build Stacy's strength.
I stayed with her for between 24 and 48 hours. Some things are not routine. Sometimes truly extraordinary things do happen. At the expense of sounding really corny, I think there was already some communication between the spirits.
Becky and I are bonded by something that probably no one else ever can have. I just remember her smile. So Becky is always smiling. He's got a warm glow about him.
I was already in love with her. You know, to me, she was already important. She had already touched my life.
Back when my heart went to full rest, he sticks his hand in my chest and does a heart massage. I'm in awe when I think of that.
What I thought was a certain death was a life, and I feel fortunate to have been involved in what I perceive as a miracle. It's what I was born to do. I'll die with the stethoscope around my neck. That's my destiny, and I already know that. But in the meantime, we're good. Have a run, have all the fun we can have, because I'm not going to do it.
None of us noticed when she walked into the room.
12 hours ago, Lydia, the homeless woman who claimed to be a concert violinist, hobbled into one of the worst days in Dr. Diane Birnbaumer's ER career. Now she's back to say thanks.
And none of us noticed when she took out a violin. And none of us noticed when she pulled out the bow and settled it on the strings. It took me a minute to realize who she was, but I recognized her legs. She had swollen, red legs.
Through all the years of mental fog, Lydia's talent remains.
The first person to respond was this screaming, nasty man who stopped swearing and grew quiet. We all stopped. Everyone smiled. Everyone talked to each other. Patients, staff, everybody. And she looked so peaceful. Her eyes were closed. I figured she was with her handsome husband and her great kids in a fabulous house, or maybe she was at the Philharmonic again in her black satin dress. I don't know, she was somewhere else. She was amazing. She was perfect. In a crazy, busy county hospital emergency department, we had a Juilliard concert for 4 hours. It was marvelous. There are a lot of miracles out there. You never know where you're going to find them.
Shock advice.
These are the real stories of the ER that doctors never talk about.
He's talking, he's really not feeling any pain. He's not really even thinking about that he has a golf club sticking in and out of his head.
He's a driver.
Or a driver? That boy's my Rick Blood.
Snake venom has digested enzymes in it, and it basically digests your tissues. I'm thinking of this happened to my son, and I'm thinking we need to get in here fast.
You need to calm down.
You're going down here. And it appears that he wants to get to the patient and kick his ass.
These are the untold stories of the ER.
Hurting down here, or this part hurt a little bit?
Dr. Sean Bush is what's known as an envenomation specialist. great. It's looking good.
He's one of the world's foremost authorities on the treatment of venomous snake bites.
As soon as I decided I wanted to go to medical school, I knew I wanted to be an emergency physician, and I knew I wanted to involve venomous animals in my work. Did you have them check the pharmacy, make sure there's plenty of bottles of Crofab? Sure. We've used a lot today, especially on that last guy.
But the rewards of his profession have recently taken a backseat to his new calling as a father to his daughter Camille and son Jude.
Everyone that knows me knows how precious my kids are to me. The most important thing I do is being a dad. So I'm wrapping up my work for the day and I'm heading home. I looked at my pager and I see my home number and I see the number 911. When I see those numbers, my blood runs cold. Honey, what's wrong? We don't page 911 unless it's a real emergency. My wife's crying, she's very upset, and she says, "Oh my God, Jude's been bitten by a rattlesnake." Did you call 911 already? We live right here in snake country, and we see snakes in our yard all the time. I would always say, God forbid something like this would have happened. All right, well, you know what to do.
I knew that if he did not get treatment quickly, and if we did not get help immediately, that he could die.
Snake venom has digestive enzymes in it, and it basically digests your tissues. I'm thinking of this happening to my son, and I'm thinking we need to get him here fast.
Sean, what's the matter?
Jude got bit by a rattlesnake.
Oh, God.
The Bush family lives 21 miles from the hospital. To get there by ambulance would take over a half hour. That's time they don't have.
Yeah, did you dispatch a helicopter for Oak Glen? I picked up the red phone, and I said, make sure a helicopter's en route. And sure enough, helicopter had been dispatched. Okay, good.
An ambulance takes Jude and his terrified mother to an open field to meet the chopper.
I knew that venom was destroying his tissues. You don't want to imagine your son dying. It's beyond painful.
I need you to go get some Crofab and mix up 6 vials, and let's strip out an IV and get a bed set up.
So what's open?
I wanted the antivenom to get going as quickly as possible because time is of the essence with snake bite. The longer you wait, the more damage is being done. Twirl like that and put in that 250 cc bag. You're stripping out some O2s and hook that up.
I just kept saying, please get here soon. This would be the worst day of my life.
You hear me down the hall?
After 14 years as an ER physician, Dr. D. Larchevek knows how to run an ER.
As the ER director, I'm the person that people go to for the problem solving and the go-to person. There's always conflict. And managing conflict and being really calm in chaos, that fits me to a T.
Dr. D, I got a call on the radiation here. Go ahead, Unit 5. Repeat what you just said.
Okay, I'm faced with a club in his head, a golf plug in his head. I do not know what to do. I need instructions now, please.
All right, Unit 5, calm down here. You got a head trauma. Follow the head trauma protocol. I thought it meant that you got hit with a golf club in the head, which we sometimes see where people stand maybe too close. Somebody's taking a swing.
Okay, you don't understand. He's got a golf club sticking through his head. This is more than just a trauma.
Our medics are very well trained, and they've been in a lot of difficult situations. To have a medic be so flustered, I really got worried.
Call dispatch. I'm going to need a wider ambulance.
I mean, wider ambulance, I was floored. I'm picturing the old style cartoons from Saturday morning with it, arrows sticking in one side and coming out the other.
All right, hey, slow down. Don't bump down on the door. Don't bump it on the door.
There's a gentleman coming in with 2 pillows on either side of his head. And believe it or not, this person was talking. I just couldn't believe it.
And I'm like, okay, well, I'll pick up his ball. And then he puts his ball in the
This guy just would not keep quiet. Talking about golf clubs, golf balls, money, cousin.
I'll never play golf with him again. As long as I live.
When somebody's talking like this with this major trauma, it can be an obvious sign that, hey, the calm before the storm.
1, 2, 3.
He's definitely been in a fight. His shirt was torn, a black eye, and he had some blood in front of his shirt and around his face.
I'm Dr. Larchevek. What's your name?
My name is Alex Brima, but you can call me Alex.
Okay, he had a strong scent of alcohol on his breath.
Have you been drinking?
Oh, couple? Possible.
It's very predictable. He's talking, he's really not feeling any pain. He's not really even thinking about that he has golf clubs sticking in and out of his head. there's obviously a disconnect between the mind and the body. And it could run probably the lungs, okay? Let's get him ready. I think there's definitely some drugs going on. We need to get a toxin, double insured.
Found quite a bit of cans.
In a way, but it's not really helping us. I think doctors started out with clubs, moving his head around a lot, your arms here, buddy, right arm, basically enough. He's what we call grossly attacked. They will move his leg, move his arm. His only complaint that he really wanted us to do something about is how you're eating up the kids. I can do both. That's what the sick ahead of you. That's why. Ben, let's get this cut off. We'll find out what's going on here, okay? Okay, careful, careful, careful. My jaw doesn't drop too often, but I think my jaw must have dropped this. The amount of force to actually get something through this person's skull is not trivial. I was like, oh, what does the other guy look like? Is it King Kong or what's going on over there? If I didn't see the blood coming out of both sides, I almost think this is some kind of...
Hey Jacob, come look at this injury.
As a teen, Dr. Britton Garrett got into his share of trouble.
In high school, I was kind of a rebel rouser, and in high school, not to do something I typically did. I used to drive my parents really crazy. But, fine.
Was she now 13?
She's working with a woman.
Now a parent himself, Dr. Durham gets a taste of his own medicine.
Dr. Durham, we need your phone one. We have teachers calling him left by his broken ankle or his Brett, so his parents are on their way.
Oh, Dr. Durham, what happened? I got this leg. His leg was deviated from one of his body in a non-natural way. It was pretty bad. He had a big surgery. There was about 4 or 5 centimeters in length, just below the knee, and there were 2 large bone fragments coming through the skin with jagged edges. Are you hurting in any other place? No. Your head or neck? You gotta give me something. This is a very painful injury. Trevor, can you do some working class right now? We just like the bones of each other. Can you tell me what happened? How'd you fall? I went out the second floor window. What made you go out window? It was nothing. I was just messing around. Want to tell us exactly what happened? Maybe because he was doing something wrong, or he wanted to implicate himself in something he had done. Never foul play while was pushed out the window. Yeah, maybe some stab x-rays? Start with the lateral and tip big blood? There's an orthopedic doctor on call. So I called him at the orthopedic emergency. He absolutely needs urgent surgery.
But treating Brett is about to get a lot more difficult.
Where is that? Sir, Brian, wait, where are you? Sir, here is that video. I gotta go. You're going down here. And it appears that he wants to get to the patient and kick his ass.
Are you family, sir?
Hell no, I'm not family.
Calm down, sir.
I caught that punk-ass kid. It's there with my little girl.
Hey, it's Nina. The new season of Good Bones is here, and so much has changed with my family. But business is booming. It's completely different. All new Good Bones, tonight at 9 on HGTV and HGTV Dub.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we're committed to making college more accessible by making it more affordable. That's why we're keeping our tuition the same through the year 2021.
USNHU was the place for me when I saw how affordable it was. I ran to my husband with my computer and I said, look, we can do this.
Take advantage of some of the lowest online tuition rates in the nation. Find your degree at snhu.edu.
arthritis or Crohn's disease, your plans can change at any time. Your head wants to do one thing, but your gut says, not today. GI-focused Entyvio is made for this. Entyvio acts specifically in the GI tract to prevent an excess of white blood cells from entering and causing damaging inflammation. Entyvio has helped many patients achieve long-term relief and remission. It may help you too. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. Although unlikely, a risk of PML, a rare, serious, and potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, experience frequent infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Liver problems can occur with Entyvio. If other treatments haven't worked well enough, ask your doctor about Entyvio. If you're experiencing financial hardship during these trying times, Takeda may be able to help.
You'll be a hot mess. Okay, kind of trash if you miss Hot Mess House.
I'm so impressed.
Set your DVR now.
It's fine.
All the series, Hot Mess House, Wednesday night on HGTV.
We are leaving to take the boys on their overnight trip, and we just left 6 babies with my poor mom and dad. There's a lot that could go wrong, 6 babies.
Sweet Home's Textile Place, tonight at 10.
Dr. D. Larchbeck's patient was brought to her Jacksonville ER with a golf club impaled on his head.
Calm down. Do not move that head.
Amazingly, he is still able to talk and is more concerned about his golf game than his life-threatening injury.
Still talking a mile a minute, and he's giving us a false sense of, hey, this guy's gonna be fine. So in this case, it just made me more nervous and more upset. No, you can't just pull it out. Come on, we need some help in here. Stay by the other shoulder, okay?
He doesn't like going. I'm going to call him.
Okay, sorry, we got a little too tight here. I'll be back in a few seconds, okay?
Hey, what if I get into something?
Well, I knew that he didn't understand the gravity of the situation. He could die at any moment. All right, Dr. Larchbeck in the ER. And I called the OR just to let him know, hey, keep a room open in one ear, out the top. I knew I had to get to the OR, but there was one big hurdle first. I had to get him through the CAT scanner. And he's not going to fit. It's a big object. So I knew I was going to have to cut that object.
Bolt cutters.
Yeah, bolt cutters, yeah. Just don't ask me. Just get those bolt cutters up, okay?
I didn't do anything that's supposed to be said.
No, my day wasn't getting any better.
What now?
We get people all the time that are under arrest. They're coming into us for medical clearance before they can go on to booking or go on to jail.
Take it easy, man. This guy says he's hurt. You should check him out.
Okay, yeah, that's four. He looks like he's been in a fight. He's got some blood on him. He reeks of alcohol. You can smell that across the room. And he's also talking about somebody that he had a golf game with. 2 and 2 becomes 4 very clear.
Jamie! Be quiet!
It's the person that actually put the golf club through the head. I was worried here we're going to have another brawl here in the ER. This guy with a potentially life-threatening injury.